Hey, Elvis Cup Guy here. Hey, you guys are going to want to stay tuned and watch this entire video all the way through. I've got some really rare footage, some rare clips to show you. First of all, I get people all the time that ask me, why are you called, or why do you call yourself the Elvis Cup Guy? Well, I've got a couple interesting short clips to show you guys that kind of explain why I am the Elvis Cup Guy. Also, I've got some rare footage taken of Elvis color footage, 1966, at Colonel Parker's home in Palm Springs. They're having a cookout, okay? Also, some rare color footage of Elvis from 1956 that is very rarely seen. Also, the Isley brothers and the Chambers brothers each sing a short clip, a short segment of two different Elvis Presley songs. So like I said, all that stuff is in this video. There's some surprises, and hey, this Elvis Cup Guy footage I'm gonna show you has not been seen. So anyway, stay tuned and it starts now. All right, coming up next, I'm gonna show you guys the Elvis Cup and some of the photographs that I have from my collection showing Elvis actually holding the cup. So anyway, get ready. I'm going to take the Elvis Cup out of its protective case and show it to you guys, and it's coming up now.
Some pictures I took that night, February 21st, 1977. I was really close to the stage there for a few minutes before I was asked to leave by a policeman. This is Elvis walking onto the stage. That's picture number one. By the way, these have never been seen before. See if I can get it look clear. Picture number two, as you can see, Elvis coming onto the stage, raising his hands up. But don't worry, the cup's coming up. And then I think the last shot that I got to fire off is on the way back to my seat to see the beginning of the show, right after CC Rider, was a picture I took of Ginger backstage, or to the side stage. So, there's that. Picture one. Picture 2, picture 12. I was taking them fast. Now, let's go to what we got here. There's the case. I've already kind of got it cracked open here a little bit so I can open it with one hand. As you see, it says the Elvis Cup Tour. But before I do that, right here, I've got some pictures of Elvis actually holding the cup that you're about to see. Let's see if I can get it tight in here. There he is holding the cup. Okay. There he is holding the cup. There he is beside Charlie Hodge. I assume Charlie Hodge had just handed him the cup. I know he did, but... And I guess within a few seconds later, Elvis handed it back. And then there's a good shot of Elvis getting ready to drink from the cup. So do this. All right. Wait a minute. And there it is. The Elvis Cup. Centered. The Elvis Cup that Elvis Presley drank from on February 21st, 1977 on a Monday night that I got. There it is. There it is.
All right, coming up next, rare color footage of Elvis taken in 1956. Check it out. It doesn't last long, maybe 10 seconds. Coming up now. You're not going to believe what's coming up next. The Isley brothers are going to sing a small, short segment of Hard-Headed Woman from King Creole. I got a woman, All right, coming up next, 2 short segments that feature the Elvis Cup from 2004, okay? So anyway, they don't last long, 15 seconds each. So anyway, but it was the morning edition of NPR, and they talk about the Elvis Cup. 2 different little segments, so it's coming up now.
Good morning, I'm Renee Montaigne. The adoration of Elvis has come to this. 3 spoonfuls of water touched by the lips of the king have been sold on eBay for $455. Seller Wade Jones says the Elvis relic came from a concert in 1977 where he picked up Elvis's cup from on stage. Jones got the idea to sell the Elvis water after reading about another eBay sale, a grilled cheese sandwich bearing the image of the Virgin Mary. You're listening to Morning Edition from NPR News.
All right, hey, here's the second segment done by NPR back in December 2004, just a few days after the one you just saw. But anyways, coming up now.
Good morning, I'm Steve Inskeep with a shining example of free enterprise. Several days ago, we told you about Wade Jones, who auctioned a cup full of water allegedly sipped by Elvis in 1977. Turns out the buyer only got the water. Jones kept the cup. Now he's asking $300 to let people look at the styrofoam cup once touched by the lips of Elvis. And if you doubt he'll get the money, consider that somebody paid $455 for the water. This is Morning Edition from NPR News.
Right, here comes some rare footage of Elvis taken in 1966. Colonel Parker's home in Palm Springs. Priscilla's there, some friends, family, and Colonel Parker is actually grilling out burgers. So anyway, you're not going to believe it. It's coming up now. All right, coming up next, the Chambers Brothers are getting ready to sing a short segment of Jailhouse Rock. All right, coming up next, some rare footage of the Elvis Cup Guy, me, from January 2018, and it's about the Elvis Cup, but no, not the styrofoam Elvis Cup that I'm so well known for, but a Dixie Cup that Elvis drank from in 1956, and it's coming up now.
Yes, a paper cup that was allegedly owned by or used by the king of rock and roll himself.
Wade Jones is an Elvis Presley collector, and he says the crumpled up blue and white Dixie cup was snagged by a fan in April of 1956 after the king performed out at the Tulsa Fairgrounds.
NBC Charlotte's Mike Hansen tells us why the sale is happening now after all this time.
There he is that night.
It's only a paper cup.
There he is with the Dixie Cup. There's pictures of the cup itself.
That once allegedly cooled the thirst of perhaps the greatest voice of all time.
Heartbreak Hotel had just been released and was just climbing up the charts.
Well, since my baby left me.
You know who we're talking about, Elvis.
Well, it's down at the end of Lonely Street at Heartbreak Hotel.
And he was on his way to leave Tulsa, Oklahoma, to drive to Oklahoma City for another concert that night. And an Elvis fan, June Jones, actually got the cup that Elvis drank out of.
Wade Jones says he is an Elvis memorabilia expert.
What looks like to be the same exact Dixie Cup.
According to his research, Elvis was there at that place and that time. He also points out how unusual this item is. After all, if you were going to fake an Elvis item, a crumpled up cup wouldn't be your top choice.
You can almost see the same little designs on the cup.
The cup is now for sale for anyone to buy. The online eBay auction ends Sunday night.
You know, something like this is kind of a one-of-a-kind thing that you know, kind of puts a personal touch to Elvis that, hey, he was a real person walking around, eating, drinking, sleeping, and here's, you know, evidence of it.
Well, that's all right, Mama.
A moment in the king's life, proving after all these years, rock and roll lives on forever. Mike Hansen, NBC Charlotte.
All right, coming up next to close out this video is some rare footage taken in January 2018. It's a radio station, a syndicated radio show. Don't know which one. Maybe you guys might know who it is. If so, leave a comment. But they talk about my eBay auction where I sold the Dixie Cup from 1956 that Elvis drank from. So anyway, but before I get to that, and it doesn't last long, maybe 40 seconds, I just want to thank you guys for watching this entire video all the way through. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, also hit the notification bell. You will be notified whenever I put on a new video. And hey, also flip over from just my regular videos to the shorts that are kind of like TikTok that I put on. I put on, you know, quite a few of them. So, you know, check those out. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. And like I said, to close us out is this mystery rare footage from January 2018. And some disc jockeys are talking about my Elvis Cup auction, not the styrofoam cup that I still have, but the Dixie Cup that Elvis drank from in 1956. Coming up now.
Anyway, Wade Jones lives in Mount Holly. He is a fan. He doesn't dress up like him and impersonate him or stuff like that, but he's a fan. He's got a lot of collectible items of Elvis's.
Oh.
And I don't know if you remember back in 2004, way back in 2004, he sold 3 tablespoons of water that Elvis drank from back in 1977 when he was in Charlotte.
It didn't evaporate?
No, I guess he kept it in a little case. It was still in the cup, of course.
How did he prove that?
Somebody bought it for $400.
No way!
3 tablespoons of water that touched the lips of
I wish I had some of that foam from the seat.
Yeah, I should have jerked it out of there.
I could have pocketed that and sold it.
That's why there's security now, because of you.
I know.
But recently he sold a Dixie Cup that he drank from in Tulsa, Oklahoma, April 1956. I wasn't even born yet. But it's a Dixie Cup. Remember those little paper Dixie Cups?
Yeah,
all
I still
covered
have
with
those
wax. Not quite like this, okay? All right? Anyway, it's smashed. It's kind of flat, like it's been stepped on. It's in a box, and someone bought it for $3,000 or $3,300.
Get out. He didn't even autograph it, right? It's just he drank out of it?
Yeah.
His DNA might be on it.
That's all it takes, yes. So it's now at the Icon Hotel in the UK. So it's on display there, I imagine. So if you want to see it, go there.
All the way from North Carolina to the UK.
The UK.
Oh.
A Dixie paper cup that's flat. Yeah. I never got into stuff like that, but hey, if you still got a piece of that foam, I'll buy that.
I still have the hands that touch.